Korean War. I was in Korea when we liberated Korea from the Japanese in 1946. And I left before the Korean War started in 1950.
So you were not part of the Special Forces?
No, I was in part of World War II, it's called. And we came over to England and helped you Limeys out to defeat the Germans.
The Australians helped.
Crowds.
Yeah, I've got. I'm 82 years old, and I think I was graduating from high school when the war was still going on.
Did you shoot any Germans?
I didn't get to Europe. I went to Korea.
Did you kill any goddamn Japs?
And China. No, I didn't. But
Koreans.
The Korean people, as a people, are a pretty good bunch of people, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, they got good food, except it gives you really bad stomach problems after you eat it.
At any rate, why don't you send Christian a snail mail letter by airmail?
I did once, but when he found out, when he found out I was of Middle Eastern descent, he sent me a very defaming email back.
Well, he might not like the Middle East. What part of the Middle East are you from?
I'm from Mongolia, but he confused that with Arabia, with
well,
Saudi
I
Arabia.
put Mongolia in the middle, in the far east of Russia, basically. That's pretty far east.
Well, I'm a sort of mix, but mostly Mongolian. But my name is mostly. It sounds a little bit Arabic, and he had
some trouble to get with some people that gave him a tough time.
No, I just asked him a simple question: if Sonichu could be any other color than yellow. And then once he saw my name, since I said I was from the Middle East, he did not like that too much.
Well, Christian is an American.
But we
don't like what some people in the country and the world think about
Actually,
this country.
I got a bit of...
We were talking about shiny Pokemon. Like, you know how Sonichu is a Pokemon? We were simply talking about, like, a different color for shyness, not a racial term or anything.
No, I didn't mean racially.
Could we...
South love the United Nations.
Is there any...
The United Nations does an awful lot of good work. But my son does not believe that way. I'm a worldly type of person where he's very much small, maybe almost like down to a state or a city type of person. Because that's what autism does to you.
I was wondering, do you ever hope for him to get out of the house and move out?
Well, I don't really care one way or the other. I like having him around. But I have a son who's moved out, and I have a daughter who's moved out. And,
the dentist?
No, he's not a dentist.
He's a doctor?
He's a doctor, but he's not a dentist.
Oh, okay. I got that mixed up, sorry.
But at any rate...
I was just wondering, could you, like, throw something at his door or something? Maybe just... Get him out. Yeah, to get him out.
He's Australian.
Yeah, I've got a bit of a weird accent. I was wondering, just to get him out of his room, just to talk about. Could you like just throw something at his door, like something like that?
Well, I doubt if he'll give you any permission to use this character, but I was going to tell you, I've been wanting him to use Sonichu myself as a champion symbol for the people in this world who have autism, to help them in their autism and in the research that's going on to prevent or cure the autism. But he doesn't even want Sonichu to be that way.
Sir?
So
I am very serious right now. I have acute autism, and I totally understand why you'd want to use such a hero like Sonichu.
It's like he doesn't understand. He doesn't want to do it.
Do you think you'll be able to talk to Chris sometime, whenever? Maybe not now, but whenever it could be possible.
Well, let me see if wife can get him on the phone. It doesn't bother anything.
Well,
So I'm just telling you this to save you some effort, maybe.
All right.
Well, thank you for
Christians.
Thank you for your time.
Try calling him and try leaving a message, and maybe he'll listen to it or write him a letter. That's all I can tell you.
Okay, well, thank you for your time.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah. Can you lead us out on the pub song?
I beg your pardon? I can't understand you.
Can you lead us out on the pub song?
Can I leave you out on the what?
The pub song.
I don't understand you.
He said the pub song.
An English pub song.
Another pub song?
Yeah.
Well, my old man's a dustman, but I don't remember all the words to that one either.
That's all right.
Well, then just any song.
I bet you also do, I used to lead the singing in an English pub in Richmond, Virginia. That's how I know all these songs. And we had all the pub songs there. And I remember most of them, but it's been a long time since I did it. But there's one that, I forgot what it is, but it says you basically get in your van in the middle of the night and you hop it. I don't know if you remember that one or not, but that's a good old pub song, too.
It is. I think I've heard that one.
Yeah, you probably are familiar with A Yard of Ale.
Yeah, definitely is. We hear these songs a lot in England.
Yeah, and The Yard Glass.
Yeah.
Can you turn it up and drink it without the bubble going up and the beer coming down all over you?
Well, I'm under age to drink myself.
Well, try that sometime. That's interesting because usually you get away.
It'll do when I'm old enough.
Well, I remember I finally learned how to do it. Keep the bubble from getting it and it all coming down. But that's a good time too. I miss pubs.
You should visit that sometime.
The steak and ale and the
Fingers and mash.
steak and mushroom pie is what I like. The one I like best is the steak and mushroom pie.
Don't you have that kind of stuff in America?
Not much. You have to go to a pub, and first thing you have to go to a pub where the guy that runs it and owns it is from English. The pub we had in Richmond, the fellow was actually from Manchester. And he was a good cook. he was pretty nice fellow. I liked him.
You're a pretty nice fellow.
But I met my wife in the pub in Richmond, Virginia. And Richmond, by the way, Hills. And if you're from the south side of England, you know where Richmond Hills is.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, it's right there at the bend of the river in Surrey, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
And so Richmond, Virginia is named because the bend in the river, the James that goes through Richmond, Virginia, looks just like the bend in the river that goes through Richmond Hills. And the fellow that founded Richmond named Richmond because of that. I bet you didn't know that.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
So we've got a lot of English over here. And I can almost drop my H's when I want to, just like you do. I don't know why you don't think there's an H in the English language. You say op instead of hop.
Sir, can I ask you? Can you ask your wife a question for me? I just want to know: is Rand Coleman Yates Cole Smithy's father?
No.
All right, I'm gonna have to tell him that.
If he was Cole's father, his name would be Yates.
Could you get your wife to tell Chris that the next call he gets on his cell phone will be safe and it'll be us?
Well, I don't know. She left the room now.
Oh, okay.
I don't know where she is right now.
Oh, I see. It's just that we really want to talk to Chris and stuff, and we want him to be able to trust us.
We'll send through Samuel, though.
I tell you what you could do. Maybe my wife might answer her phone. She has a number too, which I think everybody seems to know.
Oh, I don't know that.
Me neither.
Her name is Barbara.
Well, thanks a lot.
And she is Cole's mother.